Imagine a scenario where all of your team members at work eagerly embrace daily challenges and where enthusiasm and drive were the norm. What would that look like? And how would it affect individual and company performance? With budget cuts, layoffs, and reorgs, leaders are being challenged now more than ever with getting their teams to a place like this, where they're motivated and driven to show up as the best version of themselves. This helps boost morale, but it also increases profitability, retention, and overall performance. Traditional means of motivation, like bonuses or fancy office perks, might not be attainable. Plus, motivation runs much deeper than rewards. We have to think differently about how to keep our teams inspired and motivated, and I'll share how to do this in this quick take. While the benefits of having a motivated team are clear, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the reality of the situation. Globally, only 15% of employees feel motivated. More and more people are feeling uninspired at work, which leads to them feeling stuck and eventually quitting or becoming complacent with their work. Unfortunately, many leaders don't know how to react to the situation, and they often offer strategies that have short-term effects or simply miss the mark entirely. So let's talk about some proven ways to motivate and inspire your team. First things first, you have to recognize that everyone on your team is different and has different motivations. So steer clear from one-size-fits-all efforts when you're trying to make a long-term impact. Get to know your team members individually and understand their goals and motivations. Are they naturally more extrinsically motivated? Do they look for public recognition, influence, or incentives like bonuses to keep them going? Or do they tend to be more intrinsically motivated by their desire to learn and create and collaborate? This information will help you tailor more individualized strategy to motivate each person. When you're looking to give your team a boost on a wider scale, there are some things you should absolutely do for quick wins. One of the best ways to keep your team engaged and motivated is to involve them in goal setting and decision-making processes. Not only does this empower them by letting them know that their input is valued, it also sets clear expectations about what they're working towards and how they can contribute to turn those goals into a reality. When a team member has a clear understanding of the why behind what they do, they'll be more motivated to complete their tasks on time and well. Next, give your team ownership of their work and goals. Once you set clear expectation around goals and offer the necessary tools and resources for them to be carried out, take a step back and let them do their work. I know the urge to micromanage can be tempting, but it can erode trust and stifle creativity. Instead, let them know that you trust their judgment and that you're there for support whenever they might need it. When you trust someone, you believe in them. People are inspired when they know that their leaders believe in their capabilities to deliver. You can set up regular check-ins to enforce accountability and make sure everything is staying on track. You can even take things a step further here and give your employee ownership of the process of defining how accountability is enforced. Remember, everyone is different, so tailoring your approach to each individual inspires trust and ultimately leads to more motivated individuals and teams. Which brings me to my next point, which is to encourage open and frequent communication. When folks feel like they can freely share ideas, ask questions, and voice their concerns, they feel valued and heard. Also, giving them the chance to give formal feedback about your management style, team dynamics, and company culture is crucial. It keeps you in the know and them at ease, knowing that you value their opinion. Another way to show your team that you value them is by celebrating the small wins. When employees do outstanding work, make sure to tell them that you're grateful and be specific in your praise. And when you can, reward your team for their hard work, whether in the form of monetary rewards, gifts, shout-outs, or even more responsibility and independence. Check out our quick take on how to show employee appreciation for more ideas on how to do this. The final tip that I'll share in this video is to let your team know that you care about their career growth by investing in their professional development. It not only demonstrates that you believe in their potential, it also shows that you see a future with them. When employees see this level of commitment to their growth, they're more likely to stick around and continue growing at your company. Be sure to ask them how they want to grow and offer them training opportunities for hard and soft skills through mentoring, workshops, or online training platforms like PowerUp. There's no doubt that knowing how to motivate your team can do wonders for morale and overall performance. Give some of the strategies I mentioned a try, and over time, you'll see how your team transforms into a motivated group. Best of luck.